trained you, Danton. You owe me.
I paid my dues in the war. I owe you nothing.
Join me, damn it!
No way.
Welcome to Second Class Cinema, the show where we watch a B movie and then immediately discuss. I am Tom. I am here with Eric, Brittany, and Dennis.
Hello.
Fuck you.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Really good.
Considering we just watched 1987's Deadly Prey.
Coming off that high.
Coming off Deadly Prey, David A. Pryor special.
I am preying on this deadly.
Seriously. So this was Dennis's selection. Why don't you tell us why you picked Deadly Prey?
Goddamn right. I take full responsibility for this pick.
Now, Dennis, technically, this was your pick.
This was outright, indefinitely, wholeheartedly my pick.
Yes, it was.
And I picked it.
Tell us why.
I spent a lot of time on the internet, and this comes highly recommended from the internet.
And you know they have good taste
And
on the internet.
you know they have excellent taste in anything and everything. And I heard it was a shitty Rambo knockoff, and I love shitty knockoffs. And it was kind of a mix between that and Running Man. So I'm like, I'll go for it. And holy shit, were they completely wrong? But I am so happy about that.
Awesome. So let's go into what the movie is about.
Okay.
What is it about?
Movie's about Colonel Hogan is a piece of shit, and he runs this group of mercenaries. It's like a mercenary training
School. Mercenary
training
University.
camp, about like 75 miles south of L.A. in the woods. And they just kidnap people, just abduct them right off the street. Guys walking their dogs, taking out their trash. They're driving around in the van like, is that the guy? No, let's go to another one. And they just pick people off the street, throw them in the woods, and murder them.
But they hunt them.
They hunt them down.
Them. And that's the kind of first flaw with this mercenary camp, because they're just picking up Joe Schmoes. They just get anyone. And
The first guy looked like a car salesman.
yeah, he's just some chubby Joe Montana looking guy.
Hey, you want to buy a Hyundai? Where are you taking me, pal?
This
Test
isn't-
drive.
Yeah.
All right.
And but then unfortunately they pick up Mike Danton,
Oh.
the manliest man who ever man.
Mike Manton.
Mike Manton.
Mike the Man Danton.
Oh
Mike,
my
a
God.
ton of man,
And
man.
Mike
What a
the
man.
Mullet Danton.
And
Exactly
that's
right.
That's kind of where we get into the Rambo knockoff, because he is a Vietnam vet who is home, and he is the man with the skills. And they make a grave mistake of picking him up, throwing him in the woods, and then shit just goes ham.
And then the hunters become the hunted.
Oh my God, in the best way.
All right, fantastic.
We're not hunting him. He's hunting us.
Yeah,
I think someone said that.
Akin to Surviving the Game and what's that other movie?
The one with Van Damme.
Hard target.
Hard Target.
Hard Target.
That's
Yeah,
yeah.
it's-
You guys inform me of.
The Pest, even.
Yeah, basically any sort of hunting style plot. And it did a really good job at it. This was a pretty gripping story,
This
right?
movie fucking ruled, if I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It really was.
Yeah, there wasn't a dull moment in this movie. So
I don't think there'll be any snark in this review. This was complete love and affection for this wonderful piece. of
Yeah,
film.
I have like a few qualms with it, but nothing that even remotely
Yeah.
affects how I feel about it overall.
Oh, yeah,
totally. Totally agree. So let's go right into successes, guys. let's just move right in. Let's start from the beginning.
Everything in this movie was
Yes, everything was a
first of all.
complete success. The credits were the failure.
Because it was finally over.
That's right.
Well, let's talk about Mike Danton. You know,
Oh my God.
he's our main character. He's the prey
They
initially.
waste absolutely no time. Like we were saying, movies like this. What was it? Rambo 2. You said it's got a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, Rambo 2's got some weird, stupid shit in it.
It's like character development,
Who
and
wants that?
plotting, and unnecessary BS like that. But this movie wastes no time establishing that Mike Danton is a man,
Is a badass motherfucker.
is a
Yeah,
vamp.
they just fill you in later.
Yeah.
They just kidnap this guy, who we've skipped leg day, right? He's not that strong looking, and then all of a sudden they put him in this
Yeah.
environment, and he's all oiled up, and he is fucking ready to go.
That's what I was gonna say. He was like, they catch him taking the trash out. He's wearing like a baseball tee, nothing really special about him.
He
And then
kinda
they
looked
throw
like
him in the
a-
woods and rip him down to his like short shorts, and it's just Game on.
Fucking glorious.
Yeah, dude, his body's a wonderland.
Ew.
Jesus Christ.
What? I'm saying, he's ripped.
That was almost as uncomfortable as a shoulder kiss.
I'm sorry. So this movie, you could say that lacking character development would be a negative, but for this movie, it was a true positive because they filled us in later as to his relationship with everyone, which was kind of like a discovery piece. They didn't even know who they grabbed when they grabbed this guy and started to hunt him, and then they figured it out that, oh, shit, this is Mike Danton we just grabbed.
In a way, I kind of like that because it mirrors us not really knowing who he is either. So we kind of experience the same thing that the mercenaries do.
Yeah.
It's a fun little twist.
I love how they kind of introduce us to like a smidge of his backstory. Like he's already mowed down 3 guys, and then he comes face to face with this next guy, and the guy's like, "Oh my God, Mike Danton? I haven't seen you since the time you saved my life."
Was that
So
the part?
obviously he's
I thought they found out he is Mike Danton when
Colonel Hogan.
Colonel Hogan stumbles upon some bodies laying there, and he goes, "I recognize this style.
It's my style.
It's my style."
And he goes, Mike Danton?
You would have thought Mike carved his initials into the body or something.
Mike Dan was here.
No, they're just nondescript dead bodies, but somehow he recognizes the style as his own of death.
Well, that's pretty distinct, and that was Colonel Hogan who discovered that. And
That's
he,
what-
he's
yes.
he is the main bad guy. There's different tiers to our bad guys. He is at the very top of that list.
Yep. And I wanted to say, as a success, like we were getting back to the waste no time. It's, I think by the 15-20 minute mark, Danton's already got 5 kills under his belt, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
He's already sab dragged. Like, yeah.
Yeah, the pace was like a huge success for this movie.
Oh, totally.
It gave me no time to be bored or like tired of its bullshit.
Yeah, and it was escalating pace, too. It escalated until the very last moment of this movie, which we will get to later.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like to compare it favorably to a movie like, for example, Strike Commando, or as it's also known as Italian Rambo 2.
Yes.
Which I also love, but that movie has a lot of obvious filler. Like just people walking through the woods while it's set to some garbage music, This doesn't waste any time, and its filler is at least entertaining filler.
Yeah.
As we've discussed,
Purposeful.
Yeah. Like there's just like maybe kind of a boring shootout, but if that's your filler in a movie like this, then you're doing a good job.
Yeah,
totally.
because they had the budget enough to use that as the filler, not just walking through the woods, which
Yeah.
costs nothing.
Yeah, I like
They
that
cared.
they didn't put any unnecessary stuff in there. Like you meet Mike Danton and he's just in bed. He's like, "I don't want to wake up today." And then his wife like playfully hits him with a pillow, and then he takes the trash out, and then he's kidnapped. And they
Yeah.
didn't waste any fucking time. They're like, "We're not going to build this guy up. We're just going to let him kill everybody and immediately show you what he's all about."
I love that he goes from acting like a 4th grader that doesn't want to go to school in the morning to being a vicious motherfucker.
PTSD.
That should be on his business card. Mike Danton, vicious motherfucker. Sir, we have a dress code. All you have are these shorts.
Was there
Fuck
anything
you.
else that we felt was especially successful?
With Mike,
I mean-
beyond Mike Danton.
The one-liners.
Yes. From everyone, by the way.
They were terrible one-liners, but it was so real. It's what I would have said.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. You're gonna die.
I'm going to kill you.
You're dead.
Run, I'm going to kill you.
Very to the point. I thought, once again, that is something that could be a failure in a million other movies, but for this one, it really worked out well.
did.
The planets aligned for this movie, I feel like. It just, everything they did was done right, and it felt right, and it was very smooth. It was a very cohesive movie.
Well, it kind of fit like the terse nature of the pace as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the dialogue was just like tit, 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 tit.
Very
Not wasting any
complete.
time except for that one weird monologue, which we'll get to later.
Oh,
It didn't do-
Cameron Mitchell, my
didn't-
man.
But the movie didn't do anything that I felt like it thought it couldn't do. It stayed within its wheelhouse.
Yes.
And
Definitely.
it just nailed it
Yeah.
every time.
Where, for example, to compare it favorably to Rambo 2, like Rambo 2 tries to have like these emotional moments, and you don't believe it because it's a dumb blockbuster action movie taking off of an actual good movie, First Blood. So I felt like they were just saying, okay, we're going to make Rambo 2, but we're going to take out the parts that didn't work.
And just leave the awesome action
Just
parts.
the juicy, crunchy center.
So any other...
Wait,
Juicy Crunchy?
Yeah.
Okay, I can dig it. So any other overall successes? Any other high points we can talk about? Because there were, a good amount.
I think we've touched on.
I think the special effects were pretty great.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
for what this was.
See, I disagree.
That's what I was actually gonna. I was gonna let you guys talk. That was gonna be a failure.
Me too.
Yeah, totally.
Well, see, you were getting technical on us. Eric and I were saying special effects, and you're like, well, actually, there's a difference between special effects and pyrotechnics. And
Well, yeah,
I have a
you're
film
gonna,
degree.
that is not how I said it.
That's pretty close.
No, I don't sound like that. Fucking asshole.
I don't think I was present for this conversation.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
Totally happened.
But no, there is a difference, and they had a lot of pyrotechnics. I don't think they were necessarily great pyrotechnics.
Well, why don't you guys tell us about why
tell
you
us
think
why
they were
you
good.
liked it, and then we can transition to why we didn't like it.
I was thinking, in particular, his First Blood type forest traps that he was setting up. I thought they were all like very convincing.
The one towards the end of the movie.
Yeah. Where like he set up like a little like a tree full of punji sticks that the guy got launched into, and it was kind of like it was basically aping First Blood. But since they were going for something maybe a little more extreme, First Blood's kind of more of like a survival piece, and this one's kind of more of a I'm going to kill these fuckers piece.
I'm gonna hatefully murder fuck these guys.
Yeah, like they had some pretty convincing like stick impalements, lots of stick impalements.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was well done.
I don't know. I like the explosions. Even if the grenades were fucking useless, they just kind of made you fall over. But there was lots of fire and the dirt flying, and it was
The
good.
grenades just looked like M80s in reality.
Yeah.
Just like, snap.
But in a movie like this, you would expect like a boom sound effect and dirt to fly in off camera and maybe some debris.
Yeah.
With no fire and no explosion.
The actor's nowhere near it.
Yeah, exactly. They just kind of jump in from off camera. But I thought there was plenty of fire and bright colors for me.
Yeah.
Because that's what entertains me. Bright
Exactly.
colors.
Yeah. Man, if there was some dangly keys in this movie, oh shit!
What about so I'll agree with you, Brittany. I did not think these were particularly good. What were your reasons why you don't think they were up to par?
For being a movie about people that are getting hunted down in the woods and like mercenaries and armed forces, there was zero blood in this movie.
Yeah.
There was
I
none
did not
blood.
like that.
And it's not like, oh, it wasn't in the budget. Like, we've made short films where we were able to make buckets of fake blood, and it's not like it broke the bank. It's not like a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like just a little bit of that would have put it, like, skyrocketed it even further for me. Because I
agree.
loved everything about it.
Yeah, that is true. There's like a handful of squibs and key moments, but otherwise it is kind of like
Yeah.
the cheap
Yeah.
80s like guy gets shot and falls down, no marks.
Like, so many people got stabbed. There was no blood. So many people got blown up. Zero blood. Zero guts. Zero dangly bits.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
I just
And
thought that was a little weak.
totally. And with that, it's like the lack of blood and all that stuff took away, I thought, a lot of what it could have been. Like you said, it didn't propel it to the next level. And it was a lot of the killing scenes were, good. When they first started, I was kind of into the fact that he was sneaking up behind people, stabbing him in the chest and dragging them off. But
stab drag.
Yeah, a good old-fashioned stab drag. So he did, I don't know, I would say that was 60+% of his kills were just that. And it was like, well, that was...
The
I wish they had
sneaking,
done more.
silent.
Yeah, and the whole end of the movie, it picked up a lot. They changed it up for the whole back kind of death montages. They did a really good job with those. So I almost didn't want to bring it up, but since it came up, then I will say that is a low point to the movie.
All right,
Fair enough.
agree,
Yeah.
agree to disagree.
it's got highs and lows.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I mean, not to say that it took away, it just didn't add when it could have added. So now that we're on the topic of shortcomings, what else do we have?
Well, I initially had that they didn't really introduce. What's his name? Mike
Mike Danton.
Danton.
Mike Danton.
Hello. The fact that they didn't
Welcome
really.
to the podcast, Brittany.
The fact that they
Our
didn't
guest today is
really
Brittany McCarthy.
introduce Mike's character to begin with, I initially thought that was going to be a weakness, but as it progressed and like we mentioned earlier, it kind of matched the pace of the movie where they didn't waste any time on unnecessary like plot.
Yeah.
I guess, and kind of just launched us into it. I don't think that necessarily that was a weakness anymore, having discussed previously what we
There were,
did.
Yeah.
there were little
But-
nuggets of exhibition here and there.
Exhibitionist.
Hey,
the-
for us film grads, that's exposition.
okay.
Just
for
so
all
you know.
Yeah, the
people out there-
pyrotechnics team handles the exhibition.
Fireworks exhibition.
There were little bits and pieces here and there, like somebody would just blurt out, "In that time that I took a bullet for you," and then when Hogan was talking, he's like, "I trained 1,000 men and he's one in 1,000, except for this guy right here."
Yeah, who the other bad guy, Lieutenant Thornton, is kind of the second tier bad guy for the bad guy mercenary team.
He's like the goon, but he's like the more scary one.
He's like the leader of the goons.
Yeah.
Goon squad.
Yeah. I thought another shortcoming to this movie, too, and you can disagree with me as well, is the sound design was really repetitive.
Oh, Jesus, it was the 80s. What do you expect?
Hey, man, I'm reviewing the movie.
Weren't we talking about how we love how people talk back then? It sound like
The sound design, dude. That's the creation of the sound effects.
they sounded fine.
It was
They
repetitive. They
sounded-
used the same ones over
I
and over
heard
again.
everything.
It did kind of have that robo vampire thing going on.
Yeah, it had a lot.
There was one like
about that.
one grenade sound, one gun sound, one rocket launcher
Yeah,
sound.
one punch noise that like everyone did. Yeah, that's
Oh,
all.
there were so many. Sorry, I just need a sidebar about how many repetitive punches to the face there were in this movie.
Lots of backhands.
There'd be like a 7-piece combo, and then the other guy would just start fighting back, and then he would have like a 7-piece combo, and just go back and forth. Oh, I loved it.
I think you're being nitpicky.
No, I'm presenting the shortcomings of the movie.
But I'm going to say, because the shortcomings were so few and far between, do you have to get nitpicky and say something like, "Well, the sound effects
Well, yeah,
I don't think it's
because
like-
this movie was
fucking awesome."
Exactly. So that's why I'm presenting the things that failed about it.
Okay.
That's what makes it good.
I don't think it's nitpicky because while it's true, I don't think it really in any way
It didn't affect
affected
it.
your overall feelings
No,
about
it
the
didn't.
movie.
Like,
Just
if
saying,
this
this is where it
movie's-
came short.
Just calling a spade a spade.
Exactly.
Like if this movie is like a 97 out of 100, like if you fix the sound design, it become like a 99 out of 100.
Exactly.
They
If
did-
you added some blood, it would have taken it from a 99 to a 100.
A little bit of extra credit.
Yeah, that's all. It was still an A. So relax.
Hey, who's relaxed? You're the one yelling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving
Get
on.
with the program. Jesus Christ.
I don't know what movie you were watching.
Thought we were reviewing stuff here. But we could transition into risks, right? And we all have one risk that we think was...
One big one, yeah.
Yeah, one big one. And that was kind of the end of the movie, the thing that put our character Mike Danton over the edge. If we want to tee it up, it was they had eventually kidnapped his wife as well, held her hostage to try and get him to come out.
Try to smoke them out.
Try and smoke him out, so they got
Yeah,
the
because
wife.
he just goes home at one point. That's true. They got him out in the woods playing the deadliest prey, and then he kills them all. And just then sad music, and he goes, "I'll just go home," and he goes home.
Yeah, he just walks home.
He walks 75 miles home.
Was that home?
Yeah, that was his
he went back
house.
to his house.
Remember, because the diaper genie was waiting for him.
Did he just get there and his wife wasn't there and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
brunette
Yeah.
army broad was there?
Correct. The woman who was wearing the military-grade diapers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was her. She was there. And
She was waiting in his house.
Some awesome 80s sexism regarding the wardrobe.
yeah.
Well, how is that sexist? I can see the
The
underneath.
fact that everyone else is wearing fucking jeans and the only woman that is a mercenary is wearing fucking denim underoos that like go up her asshole.
Yeah, but I was gonna say if you
No
could see them
bra.
half the time because she was wearing this giant shirt.
Oh my god.
That you said looked
I'm
like
not
a-
saying it wasn't great because it was, but
What did you say it looked
it's
like?
the 80s, baby.
What was? Yeah, you got to show you Bush. What was the thing you said it looked like? A Johnny?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they look like a hospital Johnny over like denim underwear.
Listen, when I think sexy, that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Totally big.
But yeah, anyway, the wife. Sorry, we got so off track about that.
Yeah, you did.
I had to talk about the
had
underoos.
to talk about diapers for 20 minutes. All right.
Crucial plot element.
Yeah. So if I was being punched
so he
out, I
goes
think I would be
home.
Soda Popinski.
So they get the wife hostage, right? And then they have her captured. She's in the woods. He realizes that they have her. And then, end culmination, the bad guy kills his wife right in front of him.
Yeah.
After raping her.
Yeah, they raped her as well. She admitted to the rape. Colonel Hogan raped her. Lieutenant Thornton shot her.
It's true.
Right in front of this guy.
That was pretty ballsy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
And they set it up like she was going to get rescued too.
Oh yeah,
because
totally.
At one point, like Hogan has a gun to her head, and Tim Curry shows up and shoots him.
Yeah,
and
Tim
they're
Curry.
about to
Jack
escape.
Cooper.
Yeah. Tim Curry. And they're about they're about to escape. So you're like, okay, it's standard, action movie. The wife's going to get rescued and they're going to go home and they're going to have two and a half kids and they'll be happy.
Yeah, and once it's down to like the good guy, bad guy hostage dynamic, rarely does it ever end with the hostage getting killed.
It never does.
Never, ever.
I can't think of a single instance where it has.
No, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, not often, but then they did it in this one, so that was pretty risky. And there was a lot of man on woman crime, a lot of beating of women, and then the raping of women, and they were pretty much treated like shit and then killed.
Which I think the rape would be another risk too, because I feel like that is.
She admitted it.
I feel like it's insinuated in a lot of action films. You're just like, obviously, what do you think they're going to do with a hot woman that they take hostage? But nobody ever goes there. But they totally went there.
Yeah, they catch what was his name, Cameron whatever.
Diaz.
Cameron Diaz. And,
Nope.
and when they bring him in, she's flat out says, "They raped me, Daddy." Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like you said, they allude to it, but they never come right out and say.
Yep, and they did. And,
They sure did.
It was pretty brutal.
That was a risk, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Could have backfired.
They didn't have to do that. They totally didn't have to. And I thought it did actually make the movie slightly better. Kept me on my toes, Didn't quite know where it was going to go. Yeah. A lot of the time, actually, I was like, what's going to happen? I hope they do this.
But
and every time I said I hope they would do it, they did it, whatever it was.
Oh, to add on top of that, when Mike Danton goes home to find his wife, and he finally changes out of his denim
shorts
loincloth and into his army duds, and he finds the brunette mercenary lady there, and she tells them that they have his wife hostage, and he gets off the phone with the colonel and then like shoots her in the face repeatedly.
Yeah,
I thought that
her in the
was
face.
I thought that was a strength actually, because there's not a whole lot of lady death in movies.
He didn't give a fuck. Like there was no he just hit her with the phone and then shot her close range in the face 4 times.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
Yeah. So let's move on to some favorite parts then. Let's kick it up, Dennis. I know you're itching to get your favorite part out.
Actually, well, it's two. It's both parts involving Cameron Mitchell, who is his wife's father in the movie, and he comes to save the day, and he does so hard. He kills the mercenaries, I guess, are working for this businessman type person.
Mr. Michelson, I think is
Was that his name?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that, but he's like a sleazy businessman, I guess, who somehow is involved with mercenaries.
Paying for this operation.
Yeah, I
He's
was
paying for
assuming
the
he's like a
operation?
politician or like some.
Yeah, he was
something
putting
like that.
millions into this operation that they were
he's-
doing, training mercenaries and
Yeah,
whatnot.
I think the idea is he's going to run operations in South America or something like that.
Yeah, he's building up his army is what he's doing.
Okay. And at one point, he's driving away for some reason, and Cameron Mitchell, who's the father, plays possum in the street. So the guy pulls over to check out the body, and Cameron Mitchell gets up, pulls a gun on him, and goes through this incredible monologue about how he used to be a police officer for 28 years and how there's no music in the streets and people are raping everybody and shooting dope in their arms, and then says, "Die, you son of a bitch," and shoots the guy.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, that
fucking
was good.
awesome. And then there's another part, 2 minutes after that, where Cameron Mitchell ambushes one of the mercenaries in the woods and says, "Are you friend or foe?" And the guy goes, "Friend, you're a liar," and blows him away.
He did have a pretty good stint there with his dialogue.
It was incredible.
I don't know. That monologue was kind of painful. And for the first 30 seconds, you're like, what is he talking about?
It was like a run-on sentence, like Head on the Piano from Samurai
Oh my
Cop,
God.
where it felt like an endless looping
He's like the
sentence.
slime and the gutter of the streets and the sin and the this.
And it's got no music down there, and then there's the raping and the heroin and the arms and the crime and the 27 years and
And then boo, 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 boo.
There were no punctuation
Yeah.
in that sentence.
None at all, man. He was just reading.
I tolerated it though because he's got that good old man gravel voice going on.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the 80s, you had these kind of older actors. They probably served in the Korean War. They need money,
Yep.
so they just hired them on to be badasses. I'm a fan of that. We don't really get that anymore.
Yeah, no, that's waning. Eric, what is your favorite part? No.
I have so many things written down, but one of my favorite kills was he's at the mercenary base, and some guy sneaks up on Mike Danton, and he turns around and he pulls a grenade off of his vest and he shoves it down his pants. And he's just grasping at his groin because I guess, I don't know, maybe it sack tapped him, and the grenade explodes and you think, okay, that was a pretty funny kill, but then a good like long enough for you to forget that guy got killed. Like,
Totally.
I'd say like a good 15, 20 seconds later.
Yep.
It just cuts to a single military boot sitting there smoking. And it's like it's standing up straight, like he just got blown out of his boots.
Straight up Wile E. Coyote.
That was excellent.
Phenomenal.
That was an awesome part.
Yeah, there was a lot of little touches like that.
Yeah.
Just made it comical, but more enjoyable.
I agree. A couple of things I liked that were small things, and it had to do with some of the camera work. They did like these tilt-up shots a lot. I don't know if you guys noticed, but like, you know, the hero shots where it's like, oh, this is our hero glistening in the sunlight because in his oily abs.
Is
right?
there like as he walks towards the camera, it kind of like
Yeah, a couple of those as they were walking, and like when they first had him captured and they were about to release him in there, they did this really good tilt up, and then with the bad guy, they had like a shot of the sunglasses, and as he was putting them on, they like tilted the camera up to do it. So they did a lot of low angle stuff to really make these characters feel powerful, which is a pretty good technique because it really worked out well.
it really did.
So it was like a little touch that they added all the time that I thought was really good.
Actually, now you mentioned, I also I like that they kind of set up the characters using the camera work a little bit. Like you said, the Mike Danton is always kind of shown in the sun, like a little like glistening, like he's the good guy, and then like you have this Lieutenant Thornton who's like the most inconceivably bad guy in the movie, and like he's always shot in silhouette. He's wearing all black. You know, he's got the sunglasses. He looks a little bit like Stallone.
Yeah, you could watch this movie with no dialogue, and you'd know exactly what was happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's always shot in silhouette while he shoots his own men.
Yeah, he did a lot of that, didn't he?
I think he killed more of his own men than Danton
I
did.
know he's running around like, oh, they're killing us all, as he's like killing his own guys.
Nobody picks a nose in my platoon. Bang.
Can't use all the soldiers you can get or anything.
I know.
Right. So, Britt, what was your favorite part?
My end was the favorite, and I know we wanted to cover that as a group.
Yeah, so we had a collective
I'm gonna
favorite
just
part.
skip over to two of my favorite kills, which were the ones where he popped out of the lake.
Yeah.
So one of the mercs goes down by the lake, and he's like checking things out, and then Danton just randomly pops out of the lake unseen and grabs the guy. I don't even remember how he killed him.
He just dragged him under the water.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did he just like body slam him into the water?
Yep.
Marco.
So that was awesome. And then another one of the mercenaries is in the woods, and he sees like a gun just laying on a pile of leaves
With a sign that says free gun.
So he ambles on over, and he's like looking all suspiciously around at the gun, and he like bends down to grab it, and Danton just pops up from under the pile of leaves and like stabs the guy in the collarbone. It was awesome.
And he has a great one-liner at that point, too. He goes, "Arr."
That still shot of him popping out of the leaves with like his teeth gritted, and he's just like
Sounds like a thwomp from Mario.
yeah, that was awesome. This movie was like, I don't want to say it was campy because it wasn't really,
It was enough.
but it was, I don't know, I can't even accurately describe.
No, it was shot at a camp.
Like it was serious, but
Yeah.
but
What-
it didn't take itself too seriously. Maybe
What you said, and I thought this is exactly right. It was better than it had any right to be. So
Yeah.
it was
Oh, yeah.
like really enjoyable. Like we enjoyed it, but like I don't know. I think it came out better on the other side, all completed and finished as a final piece, as opposed to it in pieces. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think we like, at least I did anyway. I was kind of like, schlockfest, like this is going to be ridiculous, and it was a legit action movie that was awesome.
It delivered.
It delivered at every point. How many times did we call something and say, I hope he does this, or I hope he says this, and then immediately it happened.
Yeah.
When he's gearing up, you're like, I hope he puts like no shirt on, but puts like a vest over it. Comes out with like a vest with like bullets and grenades
Oh my
attached to it.
God.
Tom's like, I hope they do like the Predator. Like,
The Predator handshake.
Yeah.
Handshake.
They did.
2 seconds later, they like pump fist. Yeah.
There was a lot of cheering for this movie.
Yeah, I was
we
just
like,
going to say, I can't think of any movie I've cheered this much while watching it.
dude, the credits rolled. We're sitting on the couch and we all just start clapping.
Yeah.
Like
In our
this
living
movie- It was 100% fun.
Yeah, it was a great time. And the very last collective favorite part of the whole movie, if you've never seen this movie, if you have seen this movie, you know exactly what we're talking about. It is the final battle between Mike Danton and Lieutenant Thornton. After Thornton kills Danton's wife,
It really sets him up.
it sets him off, right? So he drops his gun, pulls out a machete, screams at the top of his lungs, and just runs directly at Lieutenant Thornton, who's shooting and missing and
Shooting in
shooting
the
and
wrong
missing.
direction.
Just terrible. And so Mike Danton swings the machete and cuts Lieutenant Thornton's arm off. And then he picks his arm up, and Lieutenant Thornton goes in for the chokehold with his other hand. And then Mike Danton starts beating Lieutenant Thornton to death with his own arm.
So ridiculous.
And once he's beat him into submission, then he has him on the ground whimpering and crying like a little girl. Pulls his Rambo knife out, fucking scalps that bitch.
And he scalps him.
Scalp that motherfucker.
Because I was like, I don't know, he cuts his arm off and then beats him, which was fucking awesome and unexpected.
Yes.
And then I'm sitting there and I'm like, no, stab him so many times. That's not nearly enough.
I'll do you one better.
Yeah.
I know. And then the scalping was perfect.
And it was really well done because like it cuts up at him, like it does one of those tilt up shots, and like you see this like psychosis in his eyes. Like,
Yeah.
For like a kind of a lunkhead action movie star, like C-movie action movie star, he's got good like facial expression.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought he was awesome.
He was awesome.
He's got that good rubber face where he can just convey so much emotion with just gritting his teeth and gargling a bit. He's got a good face.
Yeah,
As a leading
excellent.
man and like the purposes that they needed him for, I thought he was perfect.
He was really good.
Yeah,
I mean, at
rooted
first I
for
thought
him.
it was laughable because he was so like, I don't know, Johnny California with his fucking bleach blonde mullet and super short shorts.
His cutoffs.
Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, it just worked out.
Yeah, all he's got to do is be shiny and muscly and growl a lot, and he fucking delivered.
Yeah, and also to that point, Ted Pryor was the guy who played Mike Danton, is director David Pryor's brother. So they were brothers. So that was a really cool thing to figure out at the end. They're like, hey, they were brothers, and that was really cool. And apparently they made a Deadliest Prey in 2013, which is kind of the sequel to Deadly Prey. Same team, too, same
How
crew.
old is he now?
I mean, we watched the trailer for it. He still looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Really?
Not bad. I mean, he'd have to be what, like in his mid-50s?
Even Colonel Hogan didn't look like he
I
aged
wonder
that
if
much.
he's still able to bring like the same physicality that he brought in this
Ah.
movie, because he was actually really convincing.
Oh, he was
Like, he
graceful.
was smooth. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was at one point where he kind of shambles up a tank.
Yeah.
And he reaches from bottom to the top in 2 seconds.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just like grabs the barrel and like swings up and throws a grenade in and like launches himself down,
Like, holy shit. He didn't slip or anything.
Yeah, man.
nimble,
He was a gazelle.
killing all those Vietnamese.
Is that who it was? All right.
Well, yeah, he was in Vietnam, right?
No, they were in
California.
California.
No, he was a Vietnam vet. That's why he was.
okay.
I get it.
Jesus fucking Christ, guys!
Like, no, this was in California, bro.
I know. I didn't sleep through this movie.
That's right. Another good point. So let's rate it then.
Oh,
Wait, hold on, Eric. We have one
I
more
was going
thing.
to say, I mean, to go back to the fact that the director and the lead actor were brothers, I was wondering why that might be this movie was such a success.
Oh, the
'Cause there was like
working
just
relation?
like a really tight working relation as opposed to, kind of a dickhead director directing some guy that doesn't really want to be there, but he's got to collect the paycheck.
Solid communication skills.
Yeah. Being able to detect what the other is wanting to do.
I bet that
thinking
had a
and-
lot to do with it.
Yeah. A lot went unspoken that they just understand.
Yeah. Like they probably talked about making a silly movie when they were like 13.
Well, that's awesome. And I thought that was really, I think that also added to how good the movie ended up coming out in the end. So let's rate it then. Who wants to start? Do you want me to start?
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah! That was really loud. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Fuck yeah! That one was way better. A very collective fuck yeah. We don't even have to talk about it, really.
No
This
way.
movie just gets a fuck yeah. It was
This
such a
movie
good...
fucking speaks for itself.
I think after we've spoken for it, yeah.
I don't know how many times I've said with fuck yeahs in the past, like, it's got everything you want. Like, it's what you want out of a shitty movie. But this wholeheartedly...
It wasn't
it's-
even a shitty
No,
movie, man.
like I said at the beginning, there's no snark. It's fun. It's action-packed. Lots of good one-liners. It's everything you want.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Just genuine, non-ironic enjoyment of this movie. Straight
Totally, yeah. It's our first fucking sweep, guys. Can you believe it?
Oh my God. First
Just let it
Oh
die.
God.
Wait, technically, it was our first fucking sweep.
I'll let the first fucking sweep die if we let technically die.
I am on board with letting them both die, frankly. If you haven't seen my look of defeat every time you guys brought it up the past 2 episodes. I'm confused every time.
What do you mean? What, that bit at the
Oh,
beginning?
it's
where
the
we
first
say
fucking
outright?
sweep.
Oh,
I'm
that
like,
one.
wait, didn't we? Hold on,
first one ever.
guys. Didn't we say that?
Yeah, it's not the first one. Yeah, so a fuck yeah all around.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
I'm gonna
great
go home
time.
and watch it again.
It was great. Yeah, I would watch it again, and
Yeah.
I think we have Deadliest Prey in our near future.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
Absolutely.
that's on my purchase list.
Any final thoughts, ladies and gentlemen?
You're gonna die.
You're dead.
I'm gonna kill you.
You're dying now.
I'm going to review my list and see if there's anything that I forgot
Yeah.
to mention.
Fuck you.
Oh, when he clubbed that dude with a tree.
Oh, that was actually one of the first things he did.
Damn
if not
it.
the first thing.
That should have been one of my favorite parts,
Yeah, was that
too.
the first kill?
That was the first
It
thing
was
he did.
one of... Was it the first?
I think it
think it was
was.
the
This is very
first.
early on, yeah.
Yeah, it was at least top 3.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, no, that was awesome. He used an entire tree to hit somebody down.
Yeah. Like, you think in First Blood, like, he sets up, like, the tree trap and it hits, like, a bunch of dudes. Stallone set up a trap, and, like, he used that leverage that the trap had.
Mike
Danton takes an entire tree and hits you with it.
Mike Danton has no time for setting up traps and all of Rambo's bullshit. He's gonna take the tree and whack him.
Whack him.
Give him a whack.
Give him a big ol' whack.
Just whack him.
All right, so you've been listening to Second Class Cinema. We're just coming off watching 1987's Deadly Prey. It was a fuck yeah.
Oh, it was.
Catch it.
Fantastic.
I have a note in my notebook that just says "Holy shit" in capital letters. That's the last note I took.
And that's all you really needed to take. I believe this is on YouTube.
I think
probably.
so. Yeah.
We purchased it from VHSPS.com. That's where we got it.
Yay.
Yeah.
And you can get it there.
This guy still makes movies, as we said. So I
Yeah.
would say, you know what, show your support. And if there's a way to get this movie the correct way, I would love to see a way to do it.
Yeah,
Is
because
that-
we got ours from VHS.
Dave Pryor?
David A. Pryor, yep.
David Pryor, okay.
Yep. He did. He's still making movies. Like I said, 2013, they had the sequel to this come out.
He had one last year, too. I can't remember the name, though.
Awesome. Yeah, we should probably dive into his collection.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
We should just do a month. I'd love to do a month.
Pryor month?
Yeah.
Pryor's priority.
So you can find us on Facebook for more information. Facebook.com/Second Class Cinema. We are on Instagram, Second Class Cinema. We're on Twitter at 2ND Class Podcast. It's the number 2, ND Class Podcast on Twitter. YouTube, Second Class Cinema everywhere.
MySpace,
MySpace. All of our first EP is up there.
Imager.
Oh, we are on Imager. We're going to start uploading B-movie GIF files. So right now we've got a little collection of Zombie 90 GIF files, and we're going to start working through our stuff and putting more up there for people to use.
Update your reaction image library.
Exactly. It'll be great. And also on our website, too, we have on the Podbean website, secondclasscinema.podbean.com, we have all of the movies that we've watched that were on YouTube embedded on our site. So you can just come right to the site, go on to the Second Class Cinema movies and trailers, go there, and you can watch all the stuff we've watched. If you want to reach out to us through email, secondclasscinema@gmail.com. If you have any movies you'd like us to watch and discuss, thanks a lot.
Now the podcast's over.
Fuck you.
Halt. Friend or enemy?
I'm a friend.
You're a liar.
Good night, everybody.